Dr. Julie Fratantoni is a cognitive neuroscientist who specializes in creating tools that help people become proactive about their brain health. She serves as the head of research integration and partnerships at the UT Dallas Center for Brain Health. She also leads the center's Kindness Enterprise, a research and translational program seeking to uncover and harness the brain's capacity for kindness, empathy, and compassion as critical components of overall brain health and well-being. Dr. Julie is passionate about making neuroscience approachable and helping people build brain-healthy habits to optimize their overall wellness. So let's make time for Dr. Julie Fratantoni. Hi, Dr. Julie, and welcome to the Make Time podcast.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
It's good. We're so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be here.
Dr. Julie, we're always really excited to talk to you, and we talk to you often, and we're so excited for our listeners to hear from you today.
Let's kick this off. So, what is the most important thing you make time for and why?
Sleep. And I think this is one that so many people struggle with. And it's ironic because my dog has been sick this week and he has been waking me up in the middle of the night, and I can so tell the impact that it's having on just my energy, my mental clarity, my mood, to be honest. So, sleep is it is absolutely essential for the brain and the body. Really, every single system resets at this time. In the wellness space, you hear a lot about lymphatic drainage and the importance of, helping your body detox. Well, when you sleep, your brain has the glymphatic system, and that's what takes out the trash and really kind of cerebrospinal fluid flushes through. It gets rid of protein and different plaque buildup throughout the day. A lot of the same proteins that are associated with things like Alzheimer's disease. So it's really, something that in the long term is very important for overall health, but even in the short term and just waking up and feeling energized. But truly the research is just unassailable. I mean, better sleep, you live longer, you're more productive. It helps with memory, creativity, losing weight. I mean, it's just, there's nothing that sleep doesn't make better. And so definitely make time for sleep. That's probably my number one.
So for people who struggle with sleep, and I'm one of those people, I'm a really, really bad sleeper. I always have been. And what are 3 really simple tips that you can share with people to just make it easier to get a better night's sleep?
Well, for me, one of the things that helps me prioritize that is saying no to things and having good boundaries. And that's, boundaries I think can be really difficult for people, but I think about this in terms of I do this out of self-care and self-respect, and knowing that if I'm not getting the sleep that I need, my brain is not going to be able to function and perform in the way that I want to be able to show up for all the people in my life and the things I want to do. So it's really, it's kind of this thing that, again, gets put on the back burner, but it truly is what allows me to do everything that I do. So what that looks like is either saying no to things or just knowing, it's known that I'm going to leave a little bit early, to give myself that time that I need in the evening to get home and wind down. So I know that can be a tough one, but my tip would just be, be okay with leaving a little bit early and just kind of normalize that. Let's normalize that. My second tip is having a wind down routine that you look forward to and you really enjoy. And so for me, I don't always do the same exact routine every night, or, it's not all of the things, but I have a few things that I kind of rotate between. So whether that's taking a hot bath with Epsom salt, or, reading a book that is kind of light and fiction, or, something that's kind of really enjoyable. And so those are probably 2 of the things that I really like to do before bed. And then also just skincare routine, that whole process is just like, you just feel good and ready for sleep. And then the third one is really optimizing your sleep environment. So some small tweaks can really make a big difference in, your pillow quality, making sure that the temperature is, cool, keeping it dark, getting some really nice blackout shades. This has been a total game changer, is getting just a white noise machine that just plugs in and it helps with some of the noise, just outside that I can't control. So, there's really little things that can be pretty inexpensive that can really help optimize that environment. And so that way, when you're in bed, you're really getting the best quality sleep that you can.
I love that. That is one of the things that I really work on the most when it comes to when I think about my brain health and putting my brain first, is sleep. It's always, how can I get the best night's sleep? And I've got the Aura ring to track my sleep. I've got the pillow. I've got the night routine. I read I do all the things that I really want to set myself
Mhm.
up for success. So you are really speaking my language when it comes to sleep. Okay, so what are you not making time for that you are going to commit to making more time for today?
Yeah. So one of my goals for 2024 is to make more time for fun. I am so just goal oriented. Everything needs to be productive. And so like, why would I just go wander around the farmer's market? Like if I'm going to go to the farmer's market, it's because I'm like picking up a specific thing that I need, or, it's like part of running an errand. There's some level of productivity. And so, instead it's like, can I invite a friend to go with me? And then can we just kind of wander around and just see what we run into, and just leaving more space for spontaneous opportunity and fun. I think, yeah, it's really easy for me to just be very type A, and everything needs to serve a purpose, and I've got so much to do and I don't have time to just, kind of see what happens. But I think building in more time for that and being really intentional to push myself to do things like that, because it is a really important part of brain health to be having fun, to have unstructured playtime, right? Even as adults. So that's one of my goals this year.
I really resonate with that, like making time to not have a plan. Because I mean, like every single second of my day, for the most part, is super structured. Like, I mean, I have my calendar's always full, and I'm one of those people, like I have my make time blocks that I put in, but it's always like make time to do this and make time to go for a run, make time to try a recipe, make time to do all these things. That's our thing. But make time to just have an open, block of time. I mean, that's great.
I love that.
I love that too.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do that. Well, you know what? But so one of the things that one of my New Year's resolutions, well, my New Year's resolution this year, which I brought Helen into,
Mine
is that,
too.
yeah, you had no choice.
I know.
Every 4 to 6 weeks, we were going to do something new, like we went a couple of weeks ago to do yoga with sheeps and goats. That was just so fun.
So
It
cute.
was so fun. And like, what a great experience for us that like we have, and we talk about it and we laugh. And, so in another, I don't know, 3 weeks, we're probably due to go do something else that's new and different. And that has been so great for me, just to kind of get out of my rut and have like allow fun.
Yes. Have I told you about my colleague, Bonnie Pittman? She used to be the director of the Dallas Museum of Art and is extraordinarily creative, but she came down with a really rare illness. And part of her way of kind of coping with this illness is she came up with what she calls do something new, which is exactly what you're doing. And so every day, because she was in the hospital for a long time, and just she had to think of something new she was going to do every day to look forward to. And so since she's kind of come on board, we've been doing the science of do something new. And truly, it's the novelty, the curiosity, the unexpected experiences. Those are really great. It sparks norepinephrine, which is kind of neuroprotective. It helps your neurons grow. And anyway, and so there's just a whole host of kind of the brain chemistry cocktail that happens when you try new things. And when we let things get stale or just go on autopilot is one of the worst things that you can do. That's when you start to see more decline. So really keeping things fresh and fun and unexpected is such a wonderful practice. I love that you guys are doing that, and that you have it. I think every 6 weeks is so manageable, and then you create such fun memories too that you get to look back and think about.
Yeah, I mean, just like you have to mix up your workout. So because your body just gets used to doing the same, like, 6 miles, here we go. Like you have to mix up like your brain stimulus. I think it's like another gem. Thank you. Like another aha moment, like mix up like what your brain's experiencing. So, because we all get so stuck in a rut of our routine. So I love that.
Yeah. And like, by the way, I didn't want to have a New Year's resolution that was like, eat better, work out all the time, be a robot and do all, because I just set myself up for failure every time. I'm like, no, this year I want to have a little fun. Not all the time, just a little bit every now and again. So that's where I'm at.
That's so encouraging. And yeah, I'm right there with you.
Dr. Julie, thank you so much for, I mean, you're a big friend of Make Time, and we really appreciate you and all you do. And I personally, I know Emma and I both really love following you. You really put out such great content that's so helpful to both of us. And so I want you to tell our listeners, how do people find you to learn more about you? And how do people follow Dr. Julie?
Sure. Well, I'm most active on Instagram. My handle is just at Dr. Julie Fratantoni. I know that's a long last name, but just if you get DRJULIE and then to the F, I'll probably pop up. And then I've also started a weekly newsletter called Better Brain that just kind of is able to expand a little more than you can on just Instagram. So if you're interested in a deeper dive, that is completely free. So,
Dr. Julie, thank you for coming on our Make Time podcast. We're so happy that you made time for us today.
thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Dr. Julie.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope that listening to our podcast has empowered you to make more time for yourself. So please remember to subscribe and share with a friend who could also use a healthy reminder on the importance of making time.
Make sure to tune in as we will continue to have incredible guests that will share their Make Time tips on our upcoming episodes. Come say hi to us over on @MakeTimePod on social media or visit us at MakeTimeWellness.com.
Until next time, make time.